folks, it's David from Amos Pewter here. It's time for another edition of At the Jeweler's Bench. And today I am actually in our studio in Mahone Bay, Nova Scotia. So you can see in our studio we have a nice proper jeweler's bench set up for me here. And this is the unfortunate view that I have to look out at. This is Mahone Bay, Nova Scotia. So in our last episode, I was speaking to you about the different kinds of materials that we use here at Amos Pewter to create our designs. And I didn't really have a lot of time to get into the specific techniques and tools very much that we use on those. So I thought I'd devote a couple of episodes to that. So today, let's talk about that soft wax that I was speaking about last time. You remember, this is great stuff. It's nice and pliable. It gets a little bit more pliable as it warms up, but it's still got a little bit of strength to it. For instance, if you make little legs and you stick them like that, it'll stay up, won't fall apart. It takes impressions really well. I can stick my thumb in there and you see the thumbprint, but that also makes it difficult in terms of smoothing it off and getting really sharp, clean details. So that's why we don't use it very much here. But a lot of people do like using this for various kinds of sculpture, especially for lost wax casting. If you know anything about casting, it's where an original is sculpted out of wax and a mold is made around it, and then the wax is actually melted out to create a space where molten metal is poured into. So for a small scale sculpture like what I'm going to be doing today, we don't need a whole lot of tools, but I've got a few here that I'll talk about. This, I think I talked about before. This is actually a leather working tool, but it's got a nice scoopy round end there and a little bit of a hook on this side. I have also my dental tools. This is just a basic dental explorer. Here's another little one with a little hooky thing on one end, and I've just sharpened it up to a very fine point on that end. Sort of a spatula kind of a situation there, and another one similar, double-ended spatula sort of a thing. Also very handy for working with this wax if you want to try joining pieces together, or when you do need to smooth it out. A really handy device is this. This is an alcohol lamp. So once I light this, this will just be sitting nearby, and what I can actually do is I can take these tools and just warm them in the flame of the alcohol lamp, and what that will do will make them go over the surface of this wax a lot more easily. The wax won't stick to it as much, and it will help me smooth out the surface of this wax with that heat. So to demonstrate these tools and the techniques, I thought I would sculpt something very simple for you. Just to give you an idea of how everything works. And I thought, gee whiz, what do we all need right now? I think we all need a happy face. So I'm going to sculpt you a little happy face, show you how these tools work. So there he is. There's our little happy face. Now you can see, even with that quick little exercise, how much of a help it was to have that alcohol lamp involved, because the heat from that on the tools will help them shave off the wax a lot more efficiently, and also the warmed up tool, when it's pulled across there, you can see that it actually smooths it off quite nicely. You can see a little bit of a shine there on the surface of that happy face. So there are ways to make it a little bit cleaner, but all in all, it's just a little bit messy, as you can see around the edges there. That gummy wax just likes to get all over the place. So useful for a lot of things, and fun to work with, certainly, but not necessarily our first choice for materials to use here at Amos Pewter. So there you have it. That's just a little bit more detail on the tools and techniques of working with that soft sculpting wax. And next time, I'll be talking about polymer clay. Now, in the meantime, I have some homework for you. We're going to cap off this whole series by spending a few episodes in more detail on that hard carving wax that we use for most of our items here at Amos. So I'd like to do something a little bit more challenging than a happy face. It's going to be a pendant or maybe a key ring, something along those lines. But I'm not yet certain what the design is going to be. I don't know what the subject matter is. So that's your homework. Send us a suggestion as to what you'd like to see me carve out of that wax. What kind of subject will I be doing for that design? Drop us a line on the social media. Let us know, and we'll pick the best one and go with that. Thanks for watching, folks.